Hello, my fellow Americans. I, Noah Rodriguez, and my partner, Mateo Sanchez, have teamed up with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration to further our findings in the Kepler mission. The goal of our mission is to transmit many different historical artifacts, events, and documents into space in hopes of it reaching extraterrestrial life forms. As historians, we have chosen 5 great American artifacts and events that we believe will best introduce the United States to life beyond our planet. In conjugation with the findings of the Kepler mission, we will plant these 5 artifacts and events in a space capsule and send them off in hopes of finding extraterrestrial life. We will now take the liberty of introducing these artifacts.
The first of the 5 items we chose to put into our space capsule was the Federalist Papers. These 85 articles written by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay were collected into one body known as the Federalist Paper. The goal of these papers was to promote the ratification of the Constitution, which is the backbone of the American government. Federalism, checks and balances, divided powers, pluralism, and representation are 5 essential concepts that emerge from Hamilton, Madison, and Jay's statements. Although the documents deal with various aspects of the government, as previously said, similar themes run throughout the collection. Some of these were used as basic foundations for the government system of the U.S. We chose these because they show how the U.S. operates, and it is important to other civilians to show them how the U.S. government works. Other civilizations will see how the U.S. really began and how the structure of our government was created.
The second artifact we chose to put in our space capsule was the Hudson River School paintings by Thomas Cole. These paintings are of beautiful landscapes influenced by the Hudson River School art movement in the 19th century. These paintings were focused on nature, which was becoming very important during the time. I chose these because this movement gave a lot of people a new perspective on nature, and it led to many acts of preservation in the future. Some of these acts included the Forest Reserve Act, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and the creation of many national parks to preserve land. I would show this to different civilizations because it shows how beautiful the landscape of the U.S. is and how important preservation is to citizens of the United States. It is also important to show other civilizations because it shows how important the influence of conservation is on the United States and how we are aware of the effect we have on our planet. While the next thing we included into our space capsule isn't an artifact, it is important. Henry Clay was an attorney and representative in the U.S. House of Representatives and Senate. I chose Henry Clay because he was also known as the Great Compromiser for his policies and negotiation and compromising skills. Clay was responsible for boosting U.S. nationalism after the win in the War of 1812. He did this by his American System Plan, which was one of the most significant government-sponsored plans. In this plan, he created a tariff to support and protect American industry from foreign industry. He continued Alexander Hamilton's legacy and created a national bank to foster commerce in America, and he set aside federal money to improve canals and roads across America. Henry Clay would be important to show to other civilizations because he demonstrates what the United States is all about, and he's a great example of someone with great national pride who can compromise in a way that includes everyone. If anyone were to make great relations with extraterrestrial beings, it would be Henry Clay. In our Kepler mission, Clay is essential to making good first impressions on the extraterrestrials so that long-lasting relationships between the U.S. and those civilizations can be made.
Gesture of friendship and agreement.
The next artifact we included into our space capsule is one that is very near and dear to the hearts of every American, and an artifact we pledge to every day. This artifact is the Star-Spangled Banner. The Star-Spangled Banner is an extremely important artifact that is used as the flag of the U.S. The flag was created on May 29, 1777, by Betsy Ross, who was paid large government subsidies to create flags. We chose this artifact because it defines the U.S. as it was made the official flag of the U.S., and the national anthem was made based off the flag. The current flag has 50 stars to symbolize each of the 50 states, and like the U.S., it evolved over time. This flag creates great nationalism to the citizens of the U.S. We will show this flag to other civilizations because it is the most important artifact of the United States and should be shared with everyone. And last but not least, in our Kepler space capsule is the Industrial Revolution.
Beginning in the later half of the 18th century, before ballooning in scope after the American Civil War, the Industrial Revolution in the United States witnessed a shift in production and scale of goods from handcrafted home-based businesses to machine-aided assembly line production in factories, which transformed the daily lives of Americans more than any other singular event in American history. Known as the father of the American Industrial Revolution, or Slater the traitor to the British, in 1790, Samuel Slater brought British textile technology to the United States, helping to found the first U.S. cotton mill in Beverly, Massachusetts, followed by Pawtucket, Rhode Island, leading to a concentrated rise in industrial development in the American Northeast, which in turn sparked the development of transportation systems to facilitate the precipitous rise in commerce and trade.
The Industrial Revolution marked a major change for America. The economy switched from agricultural to industrial, which influenced the growth of consumerism. Many inventions were made to facilitate the process for mass-producing items. This marked the most quintessential changing point in U.S. history, and it set the stage for the United States we know and love today. We chose this event because it set up the U.S. to grow exponentially and became one of the strongest nations in the world. I would show this to other civilizations to demonstrate how quickly the U.S. can evolve and how the economy can mobilize for the better. As historians, we hope these 5 essential artifacts, events, and people can find other outer worldly civilizations and show them the passion of the United States of America. We hope this mission can succeed and lead extraterrestrial beings to choose the United States as their first allies on Earth.